Akwaba, Wizo, Amaraba, Karibu. Should I keep on going? Should I leave the continent or should I stay on the continent? I should stay on the continent. Hey, I've forgotten how to say it in Zulu. That one is not welcome. That one is I see you. Okay, so welcome everyone. We are going to watch a quick video and then we are going to get started. Distinguished guests here at Labadi Beach Hotel in Accra and those joining online, welcome to the Africa Prize for Engineering Innovation Final 2023. My name is Atu Olzenapia and I'm your host or MC or moderator this evening. I'm a civil engineer by background, trained at MIT, but currently I work as an entrepreneurship development specialist at the Cosmos Innovation Center here in Accra, where I mentor and coach startups in the agri-tech space. Aside that, I'm also the director of the Ghana Think Foundation, a social enterprise in the youth empowerment space with programs in networking, mentoring, training, and volunteering. It is a great privilege to be hosting this important event, which is demonstrating the importance of engineering for social and economic development. There isn't a fire alarm drill planned for tonight, so please, if you hear anything that sounds like a fire alarm, please leave through the nearest fire exit. There are many in this hall. To my left, to this side, are the washrooms if you are looking for them. Before we begin, for those of you who are joining us online or on your mobile, this event is best viewed within landscape rather than portrait. We want to trend tonight on social media. So our hashtag is #AfricaPrize, and please tag RAENG Global, RAENG Global on social. For those of you who are online, please, you will see these handles shared in the chat, and for those who are here in person, you can also check the agenda card that you received on arrival. To start the events tonight, I'm delighted to welcome Dr. Hayatun Silem, CBE, Chief Executive of the Royal Academy of Engineering and Chief Executive of the Queen Elizabeth Prize for Engineering Foundation, who is going to tell us a little bit more about the Africa Prize. We are watching a recorded video, but let's give her a round of applause as she starts.
Distinguished guests, Africa Prize shortlist, finalists and judges, a very warm welcome to you all. My name is Hayatun Silem and I'm the CEO of the Royal Academy of Engineering and the Queen Elizabeth Prize for Engineering Foundation. And today we will be celebrating the ingenuity, the determination and the excellence that we have seen from the 15 entrepreneurs who've taken part in this year's Africa Prize for Engineering Innovation. This is the first Africa Prize final that we have been able to hold in person since 2019 and the first time that we have had both an in-person and an online audience. Undoubtedly, one of the benefits that has resulted from the last few years is the ability for events like today's final to be available to a global audience. And I am delighted that you have all been able to join us today, either in Accra or elsewhere around the world. The Royal Academy of Engineering is the UK's National Academy for Engineering and a UK charity. Our overarching goal for 2025 is to harness the power of engineering to build a sustainable society and an inclusive economy that works for everyone. As an organisation, we have a global outlook, and we believe that engineering is a fundamental enabler of sustainable development. As the Africa Prize approaches its 10th anniversary, this belief is stronger than ever. Since 2014, the programme has awarded crucial commercialisation support directly to over 130 ambitious African innovators who have developed scalable engineering solutions to local challenges, demonstrating the importance of engineering in improving quality of life and enabling economic development. Each year, we receive applications from hundreds of innovators across sub-Saharan Africa, and our judges have the very challenging task of shortlisting a maximum of 16 entrepreneurs to take part in the programme. Over an 8-month period, the shortlisted entrepreneurs participate in tailored training sessions, they receive mentoring, and hone their business plans, enabling them to progress their innovations to the next level and increase their scale of impact. They also receive bespoke media and communication support. And all this training culminates in this showcased event, the Africa Prize Final. Today, our 4 finalists will pitch their businesses, and 1 will be selected to earn the coveted title of the Africa Prize 2023 winner and take home the winning prize of £25,000. You will also hear elevator pitches from the remaining 11 innovators on our shortlist, and you'll be able to vote for the pitch that resonates with you the most. Whoever receives the most votes will become our one to watch and will be awarded £5,000. Diversity and inclusion is at the heart of the Academy strategy, and we strongly believe that engineering needs people with different experiences, ideas and perspectives to enable us to respond with the best and most innovative solutions to the problems our world is facing. We are extremely proud of our previous female winners of the prize, Charlotte Nguesson from Côte d'Ivoire, who was the first female winner in 2020, and Nora Megero from Kenya, who won the prize last year. We will continue to celebrate and promote their achievements. However, this year we saw a fall in the number of applications from female entrepreneurs. We recognise that there is always more we can do to encourage the continent's best female engineering entrepreneurs to participate. That is why we have signed a 5-year partnership with WIMHub, a Pan-African incubator for female founders in STEM, to deliver the Africa Innovation Fellowship. This is an 8-month feeder programme designed for female entrepreneurs looking to grow their early-stage engineering innovations. This is the only accelerator to support women who are founders of STEM, and in this case we mean science, technology, engineering and manufacturing businesses across Africa. Each year, 25 female entrepreneurs participate in the programme. We look forward to seeing Africa Innovation Fellows applying for the Africa Prize in future years. The Africa Prize programme has been generously supported by the UK government, charitable trusts and foundations, individual donors and corporate partners over the last 9 years. Their support helps us to provide a platform for African innovation to build businesses not just for profit but for purpose and well-being in the economies in which they operate. The Africa Prize is a jewel in the Academy's crown, and we would love new partners to come on board to help sustain the future of this programme. There are a range of ways that you can get involved, from opening up new networks to mentoring businesses on the shortlist, all the way through to helping to fund the prize. And if you would like to know more, please get in touch with a member of the Academy team. If you haven't had the chance to do so already, I very much recommend you visit the in-person exhibition and interactive showcase that is being created as part of this event, and learn more about this year's amazing cohort of entrepreneurs. So thank you again for joining us, and enjoy the final. I believe it is going to be a remarkable evening.
Thank you, Hayatun. I should mention that we are at the center of the world. If you look at where the equator is and the Greenwich Meridian. So for those of you joining online, thank you so much for joining us. Next, I would like to welcome the head judge, Malcolm Brinded, to the stage. Malcolm is a fellow of the Royal Academy of Engineering and chair of Engineering UK. He has served as a UK Prime Minister's business ambassador, and for 16 years, he served as a trustee of the Shell Foundation, where he was also chair for 8 years, supporting early-stage businesses, providing access to renewable energy and sustainable mobility in Africa and India. Malcolm has been head judge of the Africa Prize since inception in 2014. He will now introduce his fellow Africa Prize judges, as well as provide some insight as to what makes a great winner for the Africa Prize. Welcome, Malcolm, and over to you.
Thanks so much, Atto, and good evening, everyone. Thank you all for coming, and I hope everyone has a great time tonight. I've been coming to Africa for years and years, but I have to say I am so happy to be here in Ghana because this is my very first visit to Ghana, and what a tremendously lovely country you have. We started the Africa Prize to showcase the terrific talent that exists among African engineers and to give these stars of the future a platform to show off their capabilities to the whole world. Tonight you will see 15 amazing entrepreneurs who have come such a long way in the 9 months of training and mentoring they've been given. All 15 are outstanding, but we had to choose just 4 to compete tonight in the final for that £25,000 first prize. The 4 who you will shortly hear pitching their business plans and answering questions from us, the judges. So now let me introduce my wonderful fellow judges. First, we have 3 amazing people who have all been Africa Prize judges for several years, and in order they are from your left, my right. In the white trouser suit, looking stunning, is Rebecca Enonchong, who I'm delighted to say is also an international fellow of the Royal Academy of Engineering. Rebecca is the founder and CEO of AppsTech and IO Spaces, and definitely one of Africa's best-known entrepreneurs. Next along is Dr. John Lazar, also a Royal Academy Fellow, co-founder and general partner of Enza Capital, which is an impact-focused African venture capital fund. He is also chair of What 3 Words, a service you definitely need to have in a crisis, and of the Raspberry Pi Foundation. Thank you, John. And judging from Nigeria, and don't ask me about the logistics challenges that meant she's still in Nigeria, Dr. Ibilola Amal, founder of Lonadec Global Services, a highly successful engineering, IT, and technology consultancy. Ibilola is a dear friend, and I think probably the nicest person you'll ever meet. Thank you to Ibilola. So, thanks to these 3 and our other regular judge, Alessandra Buonfino, for the immense time and effort they put into the earlier judging rounds to choose first the 15 on the shortlist from the hundreds of applicants, and then the 4 finalists you'll see tonight. Thank you. In addition, it is my enormous pleasure to welcome 2 distinguished guest judges from here in Ghana. First, in the colourful outfit and next to John, is Ethel Kofi, CEO and Director of Edel Technology Consulting, recently named IT Consulting Firm of the Year by the telecoms and IT industry. She is also founder of Women in Tech Africa, Africa's pioneering and largest women in tech group, and has been named one of the top 5 women influencing technology across Africa. Thank you, Ethel. And next to Ethel is Sewu Steve Tawia, the co-founder and managing partner at Jaza Rift Ventures. Sewu Steve has been a mentor for previous Africa Prize cycles and joined our Africa Prize team to promote the launch of Cycle 10 applications at the summit in Nairobi back in March, and joined us for the judging to choose the 4 here tonight. Thank you, Sewu Steve. Now, all the finalists will be winners tonight, as the 3 runners-up also take home £10,000. That's almost 150,000 CDs. Woo! Thank you. Whilst the winner gets prize money of £25,000 or over 360,000 CDs. Woo! So how did we choose these 4 finalists, and how will we choose the winner? So we looked for a combination of, first, a smart, innovative, cool idea that we can really see changing how things get done. Secondly, a business that has a really good chance of success because the products or services are desirable and people will actually pay for them at a price that delivers a decent profit. And that's the profit that will drive the growth of that business so that it can serve hundreds and thousands and tens of thousands of customers. Third, an entrepreneur who has the vision, leadership, and energy to drive success, but more than that, understands his or her weaknesses and builds an effective team of complementary skills to drive business success together. And fourth, a business that, if it succeeds, will bring genuine social or environmental benefits to communities in Africa and has the potential to be scaled up and replicated right across the continent. So we first met the shortlist tonight in London last November when they came for their first training week there. And since then, I can guarantee they all tick most of those 4 boxes. Indeed, I said that all 4 finalists are winners, and actually all 15 on the program have been winners just by being on it. And especially because after tonight, they join our existing 134 Africa Prize alumni and become members of our unique alumni program. Because our support for the entrepreneurs does not end after this final. We believe that one innovator can change a community, but as you saw, a network of innovators can transform a continent. So this year, the Academy awarded almost £500,000, that's over 7 million CDs, to Africa Prize alumni in business grants to support the growth, resilience of their businesses, and to scale up positive impact at a local level. This grant funding has enabled alumni to launch new products, update production, hire staff to grow, experiment with how they might grow in different ways, and incentivize new partnerships. We're also thrilled because we've reintroduced our Engineering a Better World internship program this summer. 7 of our alumni across the continent have been assigned in total 12 top engineering students from Cambridge and London universities for the summer. And the students gain hands-on practical experience whilst applying their expertise to some real-life big challenges. I'm really pleased that Sess, the CEO of Snoodoo Code here in Ghana, and his 2 interns, Tino and Tale, are here tonight. Now, before we continue our 9th final, let me just say that applications are still open for the 10th Anniversary Africa Prize and will be open for another 2.5 weeks until the 25th of July. So if you are an up-and-coming entrepreneur or you know of one, please do apply or encourage them to do so. There's leaflets at the registration desk where you came in, and you can pick them up at the break or on the way out. And finally, before we start, I do want to thank all of our trainers from Viridian and Victoria Ventures, our communications agencies, April 6 and Proof Africa, and especially huge thanks to the scores and scores of volunteers who work on this program, volunteering their time as mentors, as experts, and as technical reviewers as we go through. So now on with the show. Good luck to all of the shortlist who will be pitching first, and then especially to our 4 finalists, who, having rehearsed their pitches at least a dozen times, they're all sitting in the front row now, quivering with trepidation at facing all of you and of facing the questions, the barrage of tough questions that we're going to give them later. Thank you very much for coming, and have a wonderful night.
So, Malcolm, you've learned a lot about our currency. And one word, inflation. But those of you who've been paying attention to Ghanaian music might also know another person called by the name Sarkodie, who did a song called Inflation. So, yeah, that's it. So much, Malcolm. So we have a packed lineup for you tonight. Later on, we'll hear from our 4 finalists. But first, 11 members of this year's Africa Prize shortlist will each pitch for 1 minute to be in with a chance to win the One to Watch award, which is for £5,000. The last time I asked my bankers, I was asking about dollars, so I don't know the pound rate. But who knows the pound rate? Sorry? Okay, so I'm sure it's at least, I don't know, 60,000 or something cedis. So it's up to you, the audience, to vote for the pitch that resonates with you the most in terms of potential for impact in Africa. The votes will begin in the event break after we've heard all the pitches. So we are going to get into the one-to-watch pitches. We're going to have 11 of them. So without further ado, I would like to introduce the first entrepreneur to the stage. He comes from a country of Waka Waka and Manu Dibango. Who can guess? So Flavian Kwacha Simo from Cameroon is first up with his innovation, digital aquaponics. Digital aquaponics is a portable fish farm that uses fish waste to boost production of organic vegetables and herbs. Please, let's welcome Flavian as he takes the stage.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. My name is Flavian Kwacha from Cameroon. A few years back, I was luckily raised by my grandmother. She showed me how important it is to use our water resources efficiently in the small village where I was born. Let me tell you, actually, only 2% of the water present on this planet is potable, and 80% of this potable water is being used in agriculture. So, agriculture is where we need to focus when it comes to fighting against climate change. That's why I Save Our Agriculture. We've designed a system which is technically accomplished with a viable economic impact and an environmental huge impact on the field. We have a closed cycle in which we grow food, vegetables, 9 to 12 times more by using only 10 times water. Thank you very much for your attention.
Okay. It's not easy to go first when pitching. So, bon chance, and thank you so much. Next up, home court advantage. We have Obed Zah from Ghana, who is going to talk about his innovation called Aquaset. So Aquaset is a smart water management system that prevents waste and enables consumers to manage their consumption. More of him, Obed, and let's welcome him as he takes the stage.
My name is Obed from Ghana, and I'm here to present on Aquaset. Indeed, water is the essence of life, but then we still have water scarcity issues in Ghana. From research that conducted in senior high schools in Ghana, we noticed that 54% of female students in Ghana do not take their bath for at least 2 days because they do not have access to water. Also, 70% of students in Ghana are missing classes because there's no water for them. They have to go in search of water. Unfortunately, when the schools have access to water, their schools are losing 547 million liters of water annually. Our solution called Aquaset is a smart water management system. It ensures that the schools have constant access to water. In addition, it also ensures that the schools have data on how much water they have left, hence they're able to implement good water management practices. It is not just enough to have access to water, but join us as we make sure that schools in Ghana have sustainable access to water. Thank you.
Akpe Kaka Obed. So I should mention that Obed is wearing a Gigi by a company called Wear Ghana, one of my favorite companies. You'll see more of the finalists wearing those. So next up, we have Salon Titi, Sierra Leone. So we have Margaret Yenken Mansare. I hope I didn't butcher the name. She's up next with her innovation, Smart Green Stove. Smart Green Stove is an efficient, non-electric cooking device designed to reduce greenhouse gas emissions and health risks that disproportionately affect women and girls in Africa. Let's welcome Margaret as she takes the stage.
Hi, My name is Margaret Mansare, the founder of Women in Energy Sierra Leone. We are a proud manufacturer of a smart green stove and briquette. I never knew cooking on open fire was that bad until the day I witnessed a young girl being raped from fetching firewood. Unlike for some people, smoking is a choice, but for people living in Sierra Leone, it's not a choice due to cooking. Why? Because there's no immediate solution that is accessible, reduces toxic substance, and also save time. There comes in a smart green stove that caters for all these needs. What makes us different is that we engage, we learn, and get some exciting feedbacks from our customer. My team are made up of both young and old people, and together we've reached out to 1,500 households, and we've trained over 50 youth. Now join us in having a just energy transition in Sierra Leone to save young girls and women. Thank you.
Thank you, Margaret. Next up, we have someone from the country that's birthed the African giant. They also call themselves an African giant. Nigeria. Tolulope Olu Kokun, my Yoruba brother, is up next with his innovation called Think Bikes Cool Max. Think Bikes Cool Max is an electric cargo bike with a fridge to help Nigeria's smallholder farmers get fresh food crops to market. Tolulope Ekorire, welcome.
Hello, everyone. Do you know that in Nigeria, we lose 50% of our farm produce due to poor transportation, according to World Bank? Putting that in perspective, it means an equal number of people that have access to food can also go to bed hungry without food. It's a 50-50 chance, as we used to say. Think Bikes, my company, is solving this problem by providing electric cargo bikes that are locally made with fridge on top to preserve food throughout the transportation period from the farm to the market. So far, we have generated over $50,000 in sales, and we are currently creating accessibility for smallholder farmers using rent and lease model. This is why my team and I are asking for the audience to vote for us to win the Want to Watch match so that we can reach the next milestone. My name is Tolulope Olukokun, and I want you to remember that our solution is climate friendly. We can feed Africa and the world. Thank you very much.
Esheo. Eshegong. Okay. So our next shortlist is also from the center of the earth. Emmanuel Ofori Devi is from Ghana, and he is coming to pitch his innovation called MedBox. MedBox is a healthcare monitoring system which records a patient's vital signs and immediately transmits them to healthcare professionals who can then provide remote medical advice. Emmanuel, Akwaba, and Morvim, take the stage.
Hi. In these hard times, chronic and diabetic patients don't have the time or the luxury to visit the pharmacy regularly to be able to take their vitals remotely or to take care of their medications. So, it results in that 50% of chronic and diabetic patients fail to take their medications on time or in the right dosage. Hi, my name is David Ofori Emmanuel. I'm the co-founder of MedBox. We build hardware and software devices that allows patients to update or record their vitals remotely and also send them in real time to their pharmacist without easily going to the pharmacy or walking to the pharmacy every day to do that. We also have a mobile application that allows these chronic and diabetic patients to upload their medications and keep track of them and also take the medications on time. Currently, we have 17 pharmacies that we are working with, and we also increase the patients to pharmacy rates by 50%. Thank you.
Emmanuel Yedasi. Next up, back from Ghana's brother or sister, as in Nigeria, we're going to hear from Cletus Ekpo, who is here to pitch Waste to Wealth Enhancer. So Waste to Wealth Enhancer is a 4-part recycling system created to address illegal dumping of rubbish, unregulated landfills, and open burning of plastic. Let's welcome Cletus as he takes the stage. Good luck.
Hi everyone, I am Cletus from Nigeria. You see, Nigeria loses billions of dollars every year as a result of poor management of waste. Nigeria alone generates 4.2 million tons of waste annually. And that is why my company, C+ Industries Limited, has come with a solution, Waste to Wealth Enhancer. We fabricate wonderful machines, trusted, tested, rugged, and affordable machines to deal with this waste. So far, we have made 125 machines, and these 125 machines in the last 6 months has processed 1.2 million tons of waste. Today, we have in our kitty about 150 people who are employed indirectly, and 16 that are direct staff. Ladies and gentlemen, join us to manage waste as to save the earth, so that this earth will not be wasted. Together we can save the earth. Thank you.
Imela. Cletus, Imela. So now, next 2 pitches will be remote. First, we are going to hear from, we've heard about Victoria Ventures. I think we also know about Victoria Falls. So we'll be hearing from someone from Zimbabwe, Alan Chaffa, and his innovation, Smart Water Tech. Smart Water Tech is a real-time water quality monitoring and control system designed to address poor water quality, which results in the spread of waterborne diseases.
My name is Ali Jaffa, CEO of Aqua Solutions. I'm here to share a particularly heartfelt opportunity with you. In Zimbabwe, a devastating cholera outbreak has left over 10 million people suffering. My heart aches for the vulnerable groups, especially women and children, who are forced to rely on unsafe water sources, putting their health and lives at risk. But the truth that wakes me up at night is even more distressing. Shocking research reveals that an overwhelming 99% of bottled water and ice in supermarkets is contaminated. This is why we created Smart Water Tech. Imagine the difference we can make with our advanced IoT-based sensors. We can detect any variations from the World Health Organization standard. With real-time water quality monitoring and autonomous control, we eliminate the need for costly and time-consuming lab analysis. We are a team of 6. In order to meet our long-term goals, expand our market reach, impact more undeserved communities, and drive product development, we are seeking partnerships for collaboration and investment of £150,000. Join our mission to provide safe drinking water, transforming lives in Africa.
Tatenda, Allen, Tatenda. Next, we have Boitumelo Inkatlo from the Rainbow Nation, South Africa, and his innovation, Affordable AMD Solution. Affordable AMD Solution is a developed technology to treat acid mine drainage, including industrial waste, to recycle contaminated water for human consumption. Let's hear from Boitumelo.
Good day, everyone. My name is Boitumelo Nkatlo. I'm a founding director of BN Aqua Solutions, which is a company focusing on acid mine drainage to drinking stage. And then someone would ask, what is this acid mine drainage? It's the contaminated mine water which is found underground, therefore not drinkable and very acidic. So we use a waste material, which is a metallurgical slag, in order to treat this AMD or acid mine drainage to drinking stage. And the intellectual property of this project is exclusively owned by the University of Johannesburg, and it is licensed to me. as the project inventor. We have built a prototype at the Council for Scientific and Industrial Research in order to prove our concept. So it has been proven, and then we would like to now build a 2 million liter per day plant. And then for us to be able to reach this objective, our ask is 22 million rands in order to build this 2 megaliter or 2 million liter per day plant, as it comes with employment opportunities of about 15 plant personnel. Thank you so much.
Nyabonga, Boy Tumelo. So back to our in-person pitches. We are going to stay with the Rainbow Nation and hear from Dr. Dion Nevelin, who will talk about his innovation called Probigal. Probigal is a host-specific multi-strain probiotic designed to promote gut health and prevent bacterial infections in chickens. Dion, welcome, and good luck.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Dr. Dion Neveling from Boticum. Boticum has developed a multi-strain probiotic for chickens to promote gut health. The poultry industry uses antibiotics as a preventative measure, which in essence is unsustainable. We say that we would rather use probiotics to promote gut health and only reserve antibiotics as a treatment. We believe that we can make a significant impact in South Africa and in the African markets by using our probiotic to promote animal health. Thank you so much.
Baya Danki, Dion, Baya Danki. We now have someone from the country that says they have 13 months of sunshine. So we have Fikru Gebre Dikumbab, I hope I mentioned it correctly, and he'll be telling us about his innovation from Ethiopia called the multi-purpose earth brake machine. The multi-purpose earth brake machine is a manually operated portable machine to make interlocking compressed earth bricks for more cost-effective and environmentally friendly construction. Let's welcome Fikru as he takes the stage.
Hello everyone, my name is Fikru Gabri. I'm co-founder and CEO of Olio Enterprise. Do you know that more than 50% of sub-Saharan people in sub-Saharan lives in Islam? The problem is worse in Ethiopia, where 80% of the housing stock is considered as Islam. There is a plan to build more than 7 million houses by end of 2030, but we know that traditional way of building houses is no longer sustainable and achievable. Therefore, we provide entrepreneurs and builders multi-purpose earth brick making machine to build, which costs us less than 1,000 pounds to build house and to empower their community. It uses local soil, so therefore it reduces construction costs by more than 50% and greenhouse emission by more than 60%. Therefore, please vote for us when we make this venture forward. Thank you very much.
Great. Amesegnalehu, Mr. Fikru. Last but not the least, we have someone from a country that I love so much, Cristóbal Kakombe. He's from Angola, and his innovation is Arobot. Arobot is a robotics learning tool for children, modeled to resemble a three-wheeled Angolan motorbike known as the Kupa Pata. Bem-vindo, Cristóbal. Please take the stage.
Hello everyone, my name is Cristóvão from Aerotech. Where do African engineers come from? They come from children. That's where you started, and that's where we work. Basically, what we do is we take these components and we give to children and let them build robots. That's letting the skill, the tech, and the passion to build the Africa that we want. Right? After we launched our robotics kit, we are working with 25 private schools in Angola and the Angola government, generating $50,000. But we are ready to expand to 50 more schools. So it has been proven in Angola, and we want to expand to more African countries. Our leadership team, made up of myself, a computer science called Erwin, and an accountant called Elvira, we lead a team of 15 people trying to push and to train and to allow the future tech professional in Africa. One robot for each children. Thank you, and have a good day.
Okay. Obrigado, Cristobal. So at the Cosmos Innovation Center, I run an entrepreneurship training program where our entrepreneurs pitch all the time. When we tell them to pitch in 5 minutes, they're like, that's so short. But these guys did it in a minute. Please, let's give them a huge round of applause. It's not easy to do. Great. So as I mentioned before, the votes for the one-to-watch pitches will open during the break. I'll let you know how we can vote for them after we've heard all of these evening's pitches. Some of you might have realized that so far we've had only one lady who has pitched. But as Hayatun mentioned in her welcome remarks, the Africa Prize has been mindful of, the number of applications from female entrepreneurs, and gender parity is very important to the Royal Academy of Engineering. So as mentioned earlier this evening, the Academy runs a feeder program to the Africa Prize, which is called the Africa Innovation Workshop, a fellowship, which is specifically designed for women entrepreneurs looking to scale up their innovations. Our hope is that through initiatives like this, as well as increasing the visible representation of women engineers, we can increase the numbers again this year, and we will see more pitch next year. Our next two speakers are perfect examples of women who have achieved great things in engineering and entrepreneurship. It is my singular privilege to introduce tonight's keynote speaker, Professor Elsie Kaufman. Before she comes on stage, I think people who know me know I love Africa a lot. And Professor Elsie Efa Kaufman, for me, is one of the 10 greatest Ghanaians alive. Please, let's give another round of applause. She is a biomedical engineer, and she currently serves as the Dean of the School of Engineering Sciences at the University of Ghana here in Accra. She has contributed immensely towards science and engineering education, and many of us know her as the host of the Ghana National Science and Maths Quiz, a role that she has undertaken since 2006. To understand the gravity and the importance of the quiz that she actually hosts, in Ghana, high schools are everything. High schools are everything. So to have a competition where high schools pit themselves against each other for bragging rights every year in science and maths is a very big deal. And this is our honorable host. Please, let's give another round of applause as she comes to talk to us about the power of African innovators.
Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed innovators of Africa, I wish to start by thanking the Royal Academy of Engineering for honoring me with the invitation to deliver the keynote at this prestigious event. Thank you so much. Today, I stand before you to celebrate the power of African innovators. I'm in awe of your incredible talent, creativity, and determination. As I sat there listening to you, I even forgot I had to come and give a keynote. On this vast and diverse continent, innovation has flourished against all odds, transforming lives, shaping industries, and driving progress. Indeed, it's a privilege to witness the spirit of innovation that radiates from every corner of Africa. Innovation is not limited to engineering, no. It is demonstrated in every sphere of life. It is the ability to find new solutions to old problems, to transform traditional industries, and to create sustainable, inclusive growth. It is about harnessing the power of our cultural heritage and infusing it with modernity to build a future that respects our past while embracing opportunities of the present. Innovation has always been the driving force behind human advancement. Throughout history, it has been the courageous individuals who dare to dream big and think differently that have changed the course of our world. Today, Africa is faced with many challenges. Yet Africa is a continent of immense potential. It is blessed with abundant resources, vibrant cultures, and a young, dynamic population. Everything we know has shown us that true progress does not lie in our resources alone. It lies within us, within our minds, and within our collective will to forge a brighter tomorrow. This is why I believe it is our young people, your turn, to seize the reins of innovation and shape the future of our beloved continent. Of course, we expect our engineers to lead the way. As many gathered here know, the path of an innovator is not an easy one. And the innovators on our continent face some unique and particularly difficult challenges. First, many African innovators face constraints in accessing capital, infrastructure, and technological resources. This lack of resources can hinder the development and implementation of their innovative ideas. Second, Africa is a continent with a diverse socioeconomic conditions. Innovators often encounter challenges reaching underserved populations, addressing poverty, and bridging the digital divide. Third, navigating complex regulatory frameworks and bureaucratic processes can be daunting for African innovators. Consider inconsistent policies, limited intellectual property protection, and inadequate support systems that can and do impede their progress. Funding for research and development is in short supply, restricting the scope and scale of innovation, thus hindering their growth potential. Finally, gaining access to local and international markets can be a challenge for African innovators. Limited market linkages, trade barriers, and inadequate distribution networks can hinder the scaling and commercialization of their innovations. A narrow-minded consideration of these challenges is enough to discourage our innovators from plying their trade on our continent or elsewhere. But it is these same challenges that present us with opportunities. Indeed, African innovators are resilient and resourceful, leveraging their unique circumstances to create groundbreaking solutions. By capitalizing on the available opportunities and addressing the challenges head-on, African innovators have shown again and again the potential to drive transformative change and shape a prosperous future for the continent. Consider the opportunities to do just this. First, African innovators are uniquely positioned to address the continent's present challenges such as healthcare, renewable energy, agriculture, productivity, and financial inclusion. By focusing on local needs, they can create impactful solutions that can drive sustainable development. You've seen some of the examples already. Africa's growing population, rising middle class, and emerging consumer markets present significant opportunities for African innovators to develop products and services that cater to local needs. Also, Africa has the advantage of leapfrogging outdated technologies and embracing innovative solutions directly. Mobile technology and digital platforms have already demonstrated their transformative power across various sectors in Africa. Africa's innovation ecosystem is evolving rapidly. I'm sure you've seen that here in Ghana. with increased collaboration between entrepreneurs, academia, governments, and international partners. This collaboration fosters knowledge exchange, mentoring, and access to networks, providing African innovators with a supportive environment to thrive. That's what the Royal Academy of Engineering is doing. Governments and international organizations are recognizing the importance of innovation and entrepreneurship for Africa's development, and supportive policies, funding initiatives, and incubation programs are being implemented to empower African innovators and create an enabling environment for their success. Certainly, a problem identified and understood is half solved. Now I'm going to continue by turning my attention to some stories to encourage us. These examples illustrate the resilience and determination of African innovators. Despite facing setbacks and failures, the protagonists in these stories continued to pursue their visions, adapt their strategies, and ultimately achieved remarkable success. Their stories, I hope, will inspire us to embrace challenges, learn from failures, and persist in our pursuit of innovation and positive impact. I start with Mo Ibrahim. This Sudanese-born entrepreneur faced failures in his early business ventures before finding success in the telecommunications industry. After a series of unsuccessful ventures, he co-founded Celtel International, a mobile phone network operating in Africa. The company expanded across the continent, providing affordable mobile communication services to millions of people. Ibrahim's success led him to establish the Mo Ibrahim Foundation we know so well, focusing on good governance and leadership in Africa. Next one, Malawian inventor and author William Kamkwamba faced numerous obstacles in his pursuit of creating a windmill to generate electricity for his village. Lack of resources, skepticism from the community, and financial challenges impeded his progress. However, he persisted in his efforts, teaching himself about wind energy through books and online resources. Kamkwamba eventually built a functional windmill, bringing electricity to his village and gaining international recognition for his ingenuity. Third one, Ethiopian entrepreneur Bethlehem Tilaun Alemu faced initial failures when starting her footwear company, Soul Rebels. Lack of access to funding and market challenges limited the growth of her business. However, Alemu persevered and pivoted her strategy to focus on sustainable and eco-friendly footwear. Today, Soul Rebels is a globally recognized brand that creates employment opportunities and exports Ethiopian-made footwear to international markets. Now, last one is my personal story here. Charles Ofori Antepem is a Ghanaian innovator and entrepreneur. He's co-founder of Dext Technology, the company that produces the Science Set. The Science Set is a portable toolbox that addresses the lack of materials for basic science experiments in African schools. It enables students to perform lab-grade experiments without a traditional lab, making science education accessible and affordable. It is notable that in 2018, the Science Set was one of the top 3 innovations in the Africa Prize for Engineering Innovation program. Over the past year, I have had the privilege of working closely with Dext Technology, so I know some of the challenges that these young, amazing people are facing in trying to change science education on our continent. Despite the challenges, today the Science Set is used by over 60,000 learners and in 1,000 schools. Amazing. Now let me share some of my personal stories. I am taking the opportunity to share a little bit of myself. I was born right here in Ghana and spent my early life preparing for a career in medicine, as most good science students then and today are expected to do. After my O-levels, I was given an incredible opportunity to represent Ghana at an international school in Wales, UK, the United World College of the Atlantic. where the international baccalaureate curriculum and extracurricular activities literally forced me to wake up, to think critically, to discover my curious self, indulge in a bit of adventure, and to really appreciate the world around me. I chose to go to university in the United States of America and quickly realizing that it was impossible for me to go to the medical school at the University of Pennsylvania right away. I found myself pursuing bioengineering, a course that at the time no one in my family back in Ghana or even I had encountered. Everything changed for me in my first year class, Introduction to Bioengineering, where we were asked to identify problems likely to plague humans 100 years from then and provide solutions to them. I was hooked because I realized that engineering was my path to making a difference, contributing towards a better future for my family, my country, and the world. I had never felt so important. I thank my teachers and professors for this opportunity, a testament to the power of educators who put in the effort to inspire and shape the future. I also thank my parents who trusted me enough to grant me the freedom to go and do this strange course. Much like our innovators, I have had my fair share of the challenges, failures, opportunities, and successes in my working career as an academic. Through it all, this favorite quote by Ralph Waldo Emerson has served me well. Do not go where the path may lead. Go instead where there is no path and leave a trail. I believe I have had the honor of leaving some trails. Thank you. Now a word to the women and girls. I hope you are all listening here and online and everywhere. As part of my life's work, I have put in my best to tackle underrepresentation of all forms, especially the underrepresentation of women and girls in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, often using my own life as an example. I consider this important because we know, and it was said in the introductory speech, that the best solutions to complex problems come from diverse teams. If we want a better future for all of us, we must all participate in creating that future. No one should be left behind. For this reason, I challenge our women innovators to participate fully in future editions of the Africa Prize for Engineering Innovation program. You must be present and in your numbers to contribute to the solutions of the future. Please, applications for the next one are open. We are waiting for your applications. So what lessons have I learned along the way? Innovation thrives in an environment where curiosity, experimentation, and the acceptance of failure are encouraged. It is through these elements that groundbreaking discoveries are made, transformative inventions are born, and societal progress is achieved. So I entreat all listening to me this evening to hold on to your curiosity, fearlessly experiment with new ideas, and accept failure as a stepping stone towards success. By doing so, you will unlock your true potential, you will push boundaries, and you will make a lasting impact on the world around us. Very important. In conclusion, what makes the power of African innovators truly remarkable is their resilience, resourcefulness, and unwavering spirit. They have learned to thrive in challenging environments, making the most out of limited resources and turning obstacles into opportunities. They embody the African proverb, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. African innovators understand the power of collaboration, community, and the collective pursuit of progress. Please, let's all celebrate their achievements. Let's learn from their experiences, and let's support their innovations. Together, let's unlock the full potential of African innovation and create a brighter future for all. I thank you for listening to me.
Okay. So I should mention that Professor Kaufman has a really good TED video called Engineering Education in Ghana. I'll encourage that we all go and check it out. And I didn't know you were going to mention Dex, because I was going to come and mention Dex after you. So awesome. Thank you so much, LC. So it seems appropriate to now introduce the first ever female winner of the Africa Prize, Charlotte Ngusan, who is based here in Ghana, but is from our neighbors that we've been fighting over with oil, or on oil, Côte d'Ivoire. Charlotte, please, don't say anything about that when you come. So Charlotte will be speaking about her experiences as a woman in engineering and experience participating on the Africa Prize. Charlotte, bienvenue.
Bonsoir. I'm very happy to welcome all of you today in West Africa. So Accra again, because we are in Ghana. My name is Charlotte Ngusan. I'm a tech founder, and I'm an AI product specialist. First, thank you to the Africa Prize team, the Royal Academy of Engineering, and also our judges. Thank you to each of every one of you here today to celebrate innovation and its impact with us. We are really happy to have you here. In 2020, I had the privilege to win the Africa Prize of Engineering, becoming the first African woman to receive this prestigious prize. I'm really grateful, and I'm very happy, proud of myself and my team. I'm sure that right now, all of you know that I'm from Ivory Coast. I grew up in Yopougon, it's a district in Abidjan. If you know Osu, you know Yopougon vibes. Yeah, it's the same. I remember my auntie sharing stories about my father's aspiration when he was young. He really wanted to have boys. In kind of men things, let's say like that, but we understand that the challenges of society, even stereotypes around gender, so I can forgive him. Funny enough, my father ended up having 6 daughters, no boys. Man trial, no boys. And yes, and I think that he was really blessed. He was really blessed. And he did great, honestly, he did great. He did very great. Can you guess the power of my father? You can guess. It's education. My father and my mother raised us as like, they raised us with joy, rigor, and with that understanding that as women, we can achieve everything we want through hard work, passion, discipline, and persistence. In 2017, I decided to move to Ghana to start my entrepreneurial journey. I remember back then, I and my co-founders, Samuel, Arenze, and Cedric, we were really excited, enthusiastic to solve the world, to build stuff, to make impact, and to launch our first product, Base API, in 2018. For some of you who don't know what is Base API, it's actually an API, but let's say software, using facial recognition for remote identity verification. The objective was to help local businesses to fight against online identity fraud. Some people were saying that, you guys are ambitious, or small people like that, you want to use facial recognition. Honestly, and driving this innovation in Africa, in the local market, was very challenging. And at that time, we needed to be trusted. The Royal Academy of Engineering gave us that trust. The program was designed to respond to our needs as African innovators. We felt heard, seen, and supported. Anytime when people ask me, Charlotte, what have you got from that? Africa Prize, that program. I always emphasize with the learning process and the networking. The Africa Prize program empowered my team-based group to adopt a business approach and to engage the local market with confidence. I was going to banks and standing like that, hey, I built that, let's talk business. And you know, it's come with that satisfaction to feel that, to be part of, and to belong to a community full of talented people. You know, I'm sure that all of you guys know. I'm sure that maybe half of people in this room are already working in the engineering space. And we all know that it's predominantly male-dominated. And it's present also a lot of challenges. We all know that. But I firmly believe that embracing diversity drives innovation forward. That's why today, I really want to invite all of you to embrace it. If you really want to make change, if you really want to have an impact that will be last in the world, we have to embrace diversity. And, you know, I still remember that day when I won the Africa Prize. Thank you for the judges. Thank you for all my people who were there to show support. It was amazing. But, you know, winning the Africa Prize was a crucial moment in my journey as a tech founder. And it's not about only the, you know, the visibility, but it was a result of a fruitful collaboration with my co-founders. It also served as a reminder to all of us that African women can be successful as leaders in the engineering space. To all my fellow innovators pitching today, hi guys, you guys, congratulations. Yeah, we are really proud of you. And I just want you to know that you represent the face of African excellence. I know that some of you already pitched, and well done. But for the finalists, they pitch very soon. And I've been through the journey before. It's not easy, Charlie. It's not. Yeah, but I just want to tell you that to enjoy the process. You are just pitching your work. So come on the stage, show us what you have done. We'll be here clapping for you. Yeah, we are here to celebrate you. So enjoy the moment, because at the end of the day, we are creating memories. And I want you guys to remember that moment, like, oh, I've done this, I made this. Again, congratulations to all of you part of Africa Prize of family, community. Congratulations. And like we say in French, rendezvous au sommet. Thank you, and Accra bye again.
Merci, Charlotte. Thank you very much. I think we should also really celebrate you for the work that you've been doing with Base API. And we look forward for you and others to be shining examples for more women to participate in this prize and do well. So we will now hear from the 4 Africa Prize 2023 finalists. Also within the Ghana Think program, we have a Comseco program where we train social entrepreneurs, and they also pitch. So you guys will be having 5 minutes to pitch. And after their pitches are finished, there will be a 6-minute Q&A session with the Africa Prize judges, led by head judge Malcolm Brinded. There's also an opportunity for you, the audience, to submit your questions. So for those of you who are here in person, you can submit your questions using Slido via the QR code on the card that you received at registration. I've seen some questions coming in. And for those of you who are watching online, please click on the link in the chat on YouTube. Once you're in Slido, you can submit your questions on the Q&A, in the Q&A tab. Once the 4 finalists have pitched, there will be a chance for you, the audience, to choose your winning pitch. The judges will keep an eye on your votes as they also deliberate the winner. Please, we are on social media tonight. Our hashtag is #AfricaPrize. Please remember to tag RAENG Global on social media. So now let's hear from the Africa Prize 2023 finalists. Please, a round of applause for them as I start introducing them. Okay. So I learned today that he's also a musician. So first up, we have from the country that's affectionately called Bongo, Gibson Kawago, an electrical engineer from Tanzania who has developed the WAGA PAWA Pack. The WAGA PAWA Pack is a rechargeable power source created from recycled laptop lithium-ion batteries, providing a reliable and affordable electricity source. The pack comes with ports that can be connected to inverters, solar lamps, and other chargers, and can be fully recharged in up to 3 hours by solar panels. The power packs provide low-carbon power to homes and allow businesses to keep operating after sundown. Depending on the size of the battery and its purpose, it can provide electricity for anywhere from 13 hours to 1 month. Let's hear directly from our finalists, Gibson Karibu and Harry Njema.
Africa. My village calls me the battery man because I make them power packs. I was born in a village where we had no electricity, so we used to travel long distances to reach charging stations. And I remember my brother could do homeworks at night using kerosene lamps. And at one time I was showing a video to my sick grandmother about a wedding that took place far in town. And unfortunately at the middle of the video, the battery got fully drained. So I had to send to a charging station. Unfortunately, bad news, the following day she passed away. So having that pain and thinking about how many people are facing the same problem, I found out that over 600 million people in Africa do not still have access to the grid. But taking down $10.3 billion has been invested to supply electrical solutions to these places. Coming to my country, Tanzania, 34% of the rural population still do not have access to the grid. Going down again, the local businesses, 54.3% are owned by women, and they can't do businesses at night because they don't have a way to light them up. But why all this and all this investment? It's because of poor distribution model and high cost of the solutions which are reliable due to the batteries. And good news, every year in Tanzania we produce 35,000 tons of e-waste, including the batteries. Now, I'm Gibson Kawago, the founder of WAGA, where in 5 regions in Tanzania, we have recruited women and young youths who collect laptop batteries. We process them to make energy storage systems, we call them power packs, recharged by solar panels put on the roof, which can power a household. In Tanzania, we have a household can have 6 lights, 3 mobile phones, and 1 radio. It can power up to 15 hours. And we are eco-friendly because we replace kerosene lamps and diesel generators. Our journey has been very promising. In 2019, we made our first prototype. 2021, we succeeded to include a battery technology to elongate the life of a battery. We are grateful to the Royal Academy of Engineering. In February this year, we succeeded to make our first product, and now we have 5 users using our product. With that traction, we succeeded to make the Vice President of the United States of America. When she came to Tanzania, she heard about WAGA, and she was interested. With that, we got Jaza Energy, where they gave us a job to test their batteries. We have a Light for Life, a company that provides lighting solutions for people in Africa. We see these young engineers. They study, we made customized battery packs for them. We have created 35 jobs to youths and women in Tanzania and saved 4.3 tons of e-waste in this stage right now. What's our business model? We sell power packs to local homeowners and businesses, and also we have business-to-business relationship where we supply customized battery packs for electric mobility companies, NGOs, and solar energy companies. We make money from the sales of the power packs and rental of the mini power packs. We are looking for £100,000, but what will this £25,000 mean to us? It will help us to purchase 2 testing equipment for our battery packs. which in return we can be able to make 500 power packs, which we will sell to Itimbo village where they have no electricity. And every year we'll be saving 104 tons of carbon dioxide, which could be emitted by them using kerosene lamps. And in that, it will help us to finalize IP for our technology. We're also looking everyone here, if you have a connection to help us for ISO standard certification, and if you can connect us with people who can help us manufacture in high speed, we'll be grateful. Lastly, we would love to welcome all battery people who have more knowledge to help us to improve our technology. This is a huge team, diversified with experience from research and development, engineering, sales, and marketing. We have a finance officer who has been working with the CRDB Bank, the biggest bank in Tanzania, for over 5 years. He's now in our team. The research and development team has been developing our products, and we are grateful to have engineer Walter Minja, our board member, who is working at Tesla Gigafactory in the USA, who supports us to make sure that we comply with every technology. We also have engineer Peter Ligate, who is working at Amtrak USA, who is helping us in business development. We aim to make the city of WAGA a city where we'll have clean and affordable technologies. Therefore, we welcome you all to join us and fight climate change. If you want to make a change, raise up your hand. Thank you so much.
Well done, Gibson. Well done, Gibson. An energy product and a really energetic presentation. First questions from Rebecca.
Thank you.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry. Okay, so wow, great presentation. Thank you very much for that. So one of the reasons that you exist as a business is to fill this need of people that aren't on the grid. But as countries get more and more of their populations on the grid and connect them to the grid, what happens to WAGA?
Thank you so much. We looked at how big the problem is. In Tanzania alone, we have more than 40 universities and colleges where they all have to go with laptops every year. So we have more than many tons of laptop batteries to be recycled in Tanzania. So even in different countries in Africa, we will be recycling these batteries and make new batteries. But looking for sustainability, we are now in research and development on how we can start mining lithium in Tanzania so that we can be able to make our own batteries because we have abundance of lithium in our country. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. And the next question from Cebu Steve.
Thank you very much for this very lively presentation, as said. As an investor, I'm looking at a way to see whether or not your technology is patented, because we, as an investor, would want to see that you own the technology and the way you do that, and then tell us a bit more. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. So currently, we are grateful to the Royal Academy of Engineering. They helped us in the mentorship. We succeeded to have the trademark for WAGA in Tanzania, and also now we are in a process to patent our technology. That's why winning this 25,000 pounds will help us now finalize patenting our technology in Tanzania. Then we're scaling up to patent in Africa. Then we'll scale up to patent in the whole continent so that we can be able to do our business in every country. Thank you.
Thanks, Gibson. I've got a question from the audience, which is, can you say, I mean, it's early stages for your business, but what is going to give it a real competitive advantage? And who do you see as your competitors?
Thank you so much. Our competitors, looking at one eye, are solar energy companies which are already providing the same solution. How different we are from them? We save the environment because they manufacture the batteries from the industries, but we take waste to make these products. And the other advantage is the people can't afford reliable solutions because of the high cost. So WAGA, we use repurposed batteries, cutting down the cost, making sure that low-income people can afford high and efficient products. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Yeah, I love the acting. Next questions from John, and then I'm going to come to Ethel.
Hi, Gibson. A really great presentation. I had a follow-on engineering question from Steve's question. Can you tell us a little bit more about what is really different about the technology in terms of the way you test and recondition the batteries? So
Yeah.
what do you actually do to the batteries?
Thank you so much. I can give you a short story. When a laptop battery is dead, it can't function in the laptop. When an EV battery is dead, it can't function in the EV. So we take down the battery, we take out everything, then we test each individual cell, we determine the health, we know how long can it be used, what warranty can we give the user so that they can be able to use that product without having any problem. Then from there, we take the cells, we have now a process to make them good, then we make a battery pack consisting of many lithium-ion cells depending on the requirements, the voltages that you give and the capacity. Then you put them together. We have a protection circuit. In case you short circuit, the battery cuts off. In case it drops from a certain height, the battery cuts off. In case you overload it, the battery cuts off. In case the temperature increases, the battery cuts off. Safety is the key at WAGA. Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. And I'm going to go to Ethel, and then there'll be the final question from Steve after that.
Thank you.
So you mentioned when you were asked the question around who your competitors were, you said the solar solutions, and you mentioned your competitive advantages being the fact that you are more environmentally conscious. But my pushback there is that your clients might not necessarily care. So I really want you to explain to us what your advantage is, whether it's a price point conversation, whether it's an accessibility conversation, because just saying to us that you are climate, that is not enough for the product, for the products, yeah.
Thank you so much for a good question. So our main key competitive advantage, number one is environmentally friendly, that's okay, but in the price point, our batteries are more affordable compared to the existing solutions. Why? Most people in rural communities tend to buy cheap products, but they are not reliable. So our battery packs are high efficient, but they're affordable because you use repurposed battery. But the second key is our distribution model. We use agents. In every region, we have trade agents who help distribute our products based on the need of the people. Therefore, they can speak in the same language to the users. They can help us market better our products because they understand the customers. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Gibson. Well done. That's the end of the questions. Thank you very much. Back to Atto.
Thank you so much.
Hongera, Gibson, Asante Sana. So next up, I would like to introduce the second Africa Prize 2023 finalist. He's also coming from down south, South Africa, Edmond Wessels, who has developed Flexigen. Flexigen is a battery-powered portable handheld device that enables gynecologists to diagnose and treat a woman's uterus without anesthetic or expensive equipment. The device offers a more comfortable and efficient experience for both patients and healthcare providers and increases women's access to reproductive healthcare, particularly in remote areas. In addition to the hardware, Wessels and his team are developing integrated software solutions that seamlessly connect the Flexigen device with existing medical practice systems. Please, let's welcome Edmond as he takes the stage. Good luck, Edmond.
Hi, my name is Edwin Wessels, co-founder of VAS Medtech from South Africa, inventor of Flexigen, and our goal is to connect women's healthcare to convenience and access. I, like you, know of Victoria. She's a mother of two, a full-time worker, and she could be our friend, our sister, but unfortunately, she, like 25% of all Victorias, is experiencing abnormal uterine bleeding. Forced to take off work, she goes to the first place, her local district hospital, just to find out she has to wait up to 10 months to go to the operating room to see a gynecologist just for a diagnosis. 10 months of waiting, suffering for a basic human right. Why? Because gynecologists are unable to perform procedures in district hospitals due to the equipment being too expensive and too painful to use without general anesthesia. The simple solution is to give them the tools they need, right? But in South Africa, how can 1,900 gynecologists treat over 19 million women? And this problem echoes across Africa. But what if we could add a pool of over 280,000 highly competent nurses and general practitioners to this process and create a network of change makers? Introducing Flexigen, a one-stop mobile platform for women's healthcare issues, with a device that's designed all-in-one to reduce costs by over 2/3 and improve patient comfort with a user-guidable, flexible scope. We can perform procedures outside of the operating room in district hospitals and even mobile clinics. So nurses can go to Victoria to screen her, record her images of her condition, upload these to a cloud-based software platform, and allow a remote gynecologist to diagnose, shortening that waiting period from 10 months to 2 weeks, while rapidly increasing the number of procedures being performed, so we can fast-track critical patients who would otherwise lead to potentially fatal results. So where are we today? We've successfully been granted our US patent with our EU pending and completed a usability trial of gynecologists who showed incredible excitement for this technology. They provide us with feedback that let us redesign our prototype to further improve the user experience, which directly translates to improved patient comfort. From this, we've completed our 4-year projections and have been selected as finalists for both the Falling Walls and the University Startup World Cup. But looking even further, how do we make this work? A big clue into our revenue model is our plan to democratize women's healthcare and enable a network of change makers. To do this, we plan on selling affordable devices to all hospitals and clinics and obtain commercial sustainability and scalability with repeat purchases of consumables and commissions of consultation fees, ensuring gynecologists can avoid the huge costs of the operating room while providing general practitioners and nurses with access to a pool of specialists. As things stand, to complete Flexigen's journey, we've built a lean team consisting of myself and my co-founder with medical device and commercialization experience. And we rely heavily on our thought champions who provide critical insights directly from the front line of women's healthcare from a major tertiary hospital to guide the Flexigen journey. We leverage our network of expert providers to help us enable and design Flexigen to ensure we have a clearly thought out plan, which leads to our current ask of just over £533,000 split over a 2-year period. In year 1, we would complete the alpha prototype of the hardware and the software, as well as establish our critical quality management system required for certification of medical devices. In year 2, we would proceed with completing the MVP beta, which we would use for clinical trials, from which we would set up for manufacturing and prepare for production. The Africa Prize has helped us realize the huge impact our software platform could have. From this, we would use the prize money to enable the development of that software, to fast-track the prototype, to be able to work alongside our hardware. In terms of our non-financial asks, we're looking for mentors who can help us evaluate Flexigen, as well as with the distribution. But more importantly, I would like everyone here to ask you to join me as we help Victoria and create connected gynecology on demand. Thank you.
Well done, Edmund. We may have no women in the final, but you're undoubtedly addressing a huge issue, and well done for that. The first question is from John.
Hi, Ed. Congratulations. Really great presentation. Could you dig in a little bit more on the regulatory journey you need to go on now?
Yeah.
What I'm really interested in is the steps you need to go through and how long it will take you before you can really get sort of full commercial deployment.
Yeah. So we have identified our current pathway as working through obtaining CE marking, specifically because it's one that's generally approved and accepted across Africa. We've worked closely with a regulatory consultant from Imago to specifically understand what that journey is going to look like. And from that, we've figured out that the first thing to get in place is that ISO 13485 quality management system. From that, we would essentially work at first getting all of our documentation in order, and we would then go to appropriate notified body and file the documentation. At the moment, the estimation for doing that is about a year, and we would be doing that alongside the development of the beta prototype.
And just quick follow-up question, do you think that process is the same roughly in other African countries relative to South Africa?
From our interactions with the consultant, they mentioned that yes, in general, CE marking is accepted across other African countries, but we're looking at doing the CE just because we're not just focused on African countries, and we want to branch out further as well. So, and especially knowing that recently with the MDR changes, it's quite a lot similar to how the FDA works as well. So we're even are planning on going the FDA route alongside our CE marking process.
Thank you.
Thank you for that. I've got two questions from Ibilola, who's our judge in Nigeria, who's been watching and following everything. And I'll ask them both, actually. The first is, can you say something about the competitive advantages? Your presentation touched on it a bit, but against the other transducers in this market, what's different about yours and why is it better? And secondly, what are the sort of predictive or prescriptive health management opportunities that FlexiGen device will really unlock? Thank you.
So the first one, looking at our competitors, we've noticed a big trend among competitors looking at specifically improving just in general office efficiency. They're not taking into account the patient experience or even the settings of the office. Generally, they rely on high-cost consumables, some even being completely single-use. Instead, we've gone the route of developing low-cost disposables in the form of a sterile sheath that's used between procedures, and also focusing on patient comfort with our novel bending mechanism and flexibility that ensures patient comfort is kept to the maximum. In terms of potential future benefits of FlexiGen, we're looking at ways to incorporate screening for procedures such as cervical cancer and using AI diagnosis to leverage that already kind of streamlined process. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Edmund. I've got a question from the audience, which is sort of links to John's question. Once you get through, healthcare products are always really difficult to get to market because of the regulatory approval cycle. So whilst that cycle's going on, what will you be doing to sort of get your company ready? And then what's your market expansion strategy? What's your go-to-market strategy for the first, let's say, 12 to 18 months after you get approval?
Yeah. We're essentially looking at a product unbundler strategy where we're going to be developing the first version of MVP, of FlexiGen, which is that beta MVP we showed. But as soon as we launch that, we look at essentially already working on the next version of FlexiGen that can leverage the advantages that I mentioned, such as potential AI diagnosis, to help us keep on the forefront of the market and essentially keep continuing to expand.
Thanks very much, Edmund. And a question from Ethel.
Okay, so I'd like to know the personal story that's brought you here, because you do seem technically capable, so what's the personal story?
Yeah, thank you for asking that, because I think it is something that needs to be cleared. As a man working in women's healthcare, I often get asked, like, why are you so passionate about this? How did you end up in this space, right? I mean, it's gynecology, it's women's healthcare. I'm a young man trying to make a difference here. I come from a small medical devices lab in South Africa. My background is biomedical engineering, and we focus specifically on developing devices for the African landscape. We were approached by a gynecologist who actually first expressed the need for this mobile technology for performing procedures outside of the operating room. And she took me into the procedure room and showed me exactly what it looks like, what's happening, and gave me the insight I required to start understanding and unpacking this journey. Unfortunately, she actually passed away but I continue to work on this, relying on other thought champions and interactions of women to try and make a difference in this space because it is important to me.
Okay, I've just got one, which is, so what other products? I know that you talked about your business having other products. What comes next after it? Will it be just building on this one or completely different things? And then that's the last question.
The fast kind of future idea we have for Flexogen is developing it into an endoscopic platform. From just the gynecological application, we can also branch into looking into doing procedures such as bronchoscopy, colonoscopy. There's so many avenues for this scope to be used in low resource settings, in mobile situations, and that is definitely where we're aiming for down the line with Flexogen.
Thank you very much, Edmund. Well done. Really good.
Thank you, everyone.
Baya Danke, I believe. Okay, so next up we have someone from Nigeria. So Chukwuemeka Eze is an electrical engineer who has developed the Revive Kit. Revive Kit is a modular e-mobility service used to convert gas-powered three-wheeled motorbikes to run on rechargeable lithium-ion batteries. By using Revive Kit, drivers can save up to 60% in operational costs, including gas or petrol, and 90% in maintenance costs. The company also trains technicians in the use of the kit. Chukwuemeka aims to deliver an affordable and sustainable transport system which is environmentally friendly. Chukwuemeka, good luck. Please take the stage.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Chukwuemeka Eze, and I'm a thinker. I'd like to tell you that in Nigeria, there are 11 million commercial vehicles. The problem is that 70% of these vehicles are driven by commercial drivers who cannot even afford it, who have to spend over 150% of their cost price to get these vehicles on hire purchase. Yet they grapple with the issues of fueling. In the past 3 months in Nigeria, the cost of petrol has increased by over 300%. Yet these drivers would have a problem with this surging cost if they have to keep relying on petrol. Now there are millions of, Nigeria is a country with 200 million people, and they are using 11 million vehicles that are not even efficient. Now imagine across Africa how many more people use this same medium of transportation. And since there is no other means, they all rely on petroleum. So we took vehicles that, take the powertrain of existing petrol-powered vehicles, and we studied their transmission. And then we figured out a way to remodel those transmissions to allow us connect an electric motor to it, and then batteries and other accessories that will enable it to run on battery electricity. This gives these drivers an alternative to save 64% of their fueling cost and 95% of their maintenance cost. Now, the Revive Kit is something that we develop using expertise and materials we can locally source. After we have studied these vehicles, we come up with a set of components, redesigns of shafts and couplers that enables this conversion. So primarily, we can do this for any other kind of vehicle. And then it is highly scalable, it is very cost effective, and we scale it by training technicians across different locales. It could be anywhere in Africa to use these kits, and then we can sell our Revive kits through them. So our business model is essentially to sell these Revive kits, use it to retrofit vehicles, existing vehicles, and then when we have trained technicians for this, we give them the opportunity to do this by themselves and sell our Revive kits through them. So far, we have converted 5 vehicles that are currently in commercial operation, sold 2 kits. We have covered 5,000 kilometers of commercial rides. We have saved 22.4 metric tons of CO2 emission. We have trained 10 technicians already. we are employing 11 people, and then we have generated 13.9 thousand USD in revenue. We have leveraged strategic partnerships so far. We have a team of highly visionary individuals who are committed to they have very years of experience in product development, business development, commercialization, R&D, design, and manufacturing. So myself, I'm an electrical engineer. When I left the university, I knew I didn't fit into the existing system. I knew I needed to find a way to make myself useful. And using my skills in tinkering, I decided to channel it into solving this singular need that permeates across the whole of Africa, to reduce the effect of the overflooding of used vehicles from Europe and America into Africa, and use it to create a better economic future for Africa. So we are seeking $800,000 in equity funding or convertible note to allow us expand our current retrofit factory and deploy our state-of-the-art battery swapping technology, then make and aggressively market our products. We also seek non-financial asks for government support, commercial offtake, and OEMs. So with the £25,000 investment, we can build 15 charging outlets that will allow us to gain 80 more new customers within the next 4 months, and also scale our training program to include more female technicians who may not be able to afford it. Join us as we revive the earth and give our people the opportunity to choose. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Chukwuemeka. I love the fact that you're doing so much of the fabrication and the work actually in Nigeria and not importing lots of kit. The first question is from Ethel.
Hello. Right. So here's a thought experiment question. Say you woke up and the Nigerian government had banned three-wheeled motorbikes. Possible or not possible? What are the opportunities to pivot the tech that you have? What are the pivot opportunities for the tech, the engine that you built?
So I didn't get the first part.
So I'm just giving you a hypothetical, right? So you woke up and the government had banned three-wheelers. In Ghana, I think at a point they banned motorbikes, right? So they banned the three-wheelers. So your main customer is gone. What are the opportunities for you to pivot the tech that you already have?
Well, our tech is not necessarily the tricycle. Our tech is the revive kit.
Yes.
And what we've done so far is to get these vehicle transmissions, we have developed a process that is highly replicable. We can actually do it on any other kind of vehicle. So just get the transmission, follow the same process, study these engines, and then find a way to modify them. And then that process will give birth to the kit for that particular kind of vehicle. So we can continue to do it for any kind of vehicle, not just tricycles. We've done it for motorbikes as well.
So thank you for that. This question from me, and it's two parts. Is the market really there? Will people really pay the money? And can you get the cost of your retrofit kit down enough that you'll be able to not just sell a handful, but sell hundreds of them a year?
Yes, very much. We currently, with the surging costs of petrol, it has become very eminent for people to have our technology. There are lots of people currently who are calling us. These drivers, many of them have quit already. We've gotten contact with transport companies, delivery companies, who are seeking alternatives to reduce cost of transportation for their vehicles. So we believe that it is something that can scale massively, especially given that we are not necessarily limiting ourselves to particular vehicles, but the kits that will be required to convert them. So we can scale fast across every part of Nigeria and then Africa.
Thank you. And now to Sewo Steve.
Thank you very much for the presentation. I like the sector. Who is your competitor? Because you didn't mention any, really.
Yeah, our competitors currently, there are some existing EV companies in Nigeria. But then the major people that are competitors are actually the existing petrol-powered cars, the merchants who supply them, and then some of them that are shipped from abroad. They're actually cheaper, right? They are cheaper, and they have a better established market validation, right? But then what we offer that is different is when these vehicles have been used, currently their costs have begun to rise. But when these vehicles have been used, their best option is to convert it rather than going to buy a new engine or buy a new vehicle.
Thank you. So your main market's going to be at the point that these vehicles need an engine change out in a way. That's where you see it rather than new ones, or have I misunderstood? Not
necessarily. Even vehicles that are imported, sometimes they need this conversion because there's an aspect of our vehicle that is the smart battery rack. The smart battery rack is something that enables these vehicles to run on a robust battery swapping network. So many of these EVs that are imported don't have it. EVs that I've gotten calls from people in Liberia saying they imported 34 vehicles that are electric, 34 tricycles that are electric, but they can't climb hill. So they are asking us if we can make it climb hill. Or run on this rugged commercial basis. So one of our very significant value proposition is that we get these vehicles to run on rugged commercial basis, and they have the option of charging from solar or any other source of energy.
Thank you. From Steve again.
Yeah. So on the EV market, a lot of people are developing quite robust solutions in Kenya, notably. Some of them I know are in the Nigerian market. So in terms of competition, don't you think that external players coming to Nigeria will trump you down? How are you going to compete?
Yeah, we'll compete with our smart battery rack. Because what we envision is a system that we know the issue with electricity. We know that issue is not going to be holistically solved, like completely solved in a short while. We know it's going to take time. So that's why we've designed the battery rack, the smart battery rack. It is a highly modular system. It can be 3 in a tricycle, 5 in a minibus. It can be maybe up to 7 to 10 in a larger vehicle. But the important thing is that it actually allows this vehicle to run on a robust battery swapping network. These other vehicles may not have it. When they come, they will ask us to give them the rack.
So a very quick one. Where will you be in 18 months' time? 12 to 18 months, what can you do?
In 18 months' time, we hope to have sold 200 of our kits and trained at least 50 of these technicians across Nigeria. We hope to have generated up to $500,000 in revenue from both selling those kits, converting vehicles, and training technicians.
Thank you very much. Well done.
Thank you.
Well done, Chukwuemeka Eze. So before we take the last finalist, please, we are using Slido. So yeah, please check out I think you can find this, you can post a question on the Q&A tab that could also be asked. So our last finalist to pitch this evening is from the Pearl of Africa, software engineer Anatoly Kirigwajo. He's coming from Uganda and he's pitching his innovation, Yunga. Yunga is a local digital security network that connects neighbors to each other and police within a 20-kilometer radius via a physical device, smartphone app or SMS service, providing security at a low cost. It operates in areas with no internet through a long-range wide area network and reduces response times from hours to the shortest possible time for members of the network to reach someone in danger. The hope is that the digital security network will ensure safety, which will in turn create the space for economic activities to thrive. Again, please remember to ask questions during the Q&A session. Anatoly, welcome, take the stage, and good luck.
Hello? Hello, Jen? No, I didn't shift. What do you mean? My house is open and empty? Oh my God. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Anatoly Kiligwajo, the CEO and founder at Yunga Technologies. That is the phone conversation I had with my neighbor when she called me and told me that my house was robbed. This was just 6 months into my very first job. And when we conducted a very small report from police, I discovered that I had lost over $1,000 in property. That means I had to work for almost the next 6 months to recover what was taken from me. What I want to let you know is that this problem is not unique to me. Statistics shows that after 30 seconds, a break-in happens somewhere in Africa. This is causing us a $1.3 billion loss annually. Now, what is going to happen is that the existing police to citizen ratio is actually wanting. Crime is evolving and the crime rates are going up. This has also created and left 66 million middle-income and low-income households not covered. So also becomes an opportunity for people who are willing to step in and close this gap, a $28 billion market. And that's where Yunga is tapping in. We are ready to take on the cake of the market. So how exactly does it work? It's a local rescue digital network that connects a neighbor to neighbor and a neighbor to law enforcement in case of an attack or an emergency. So we organize the community members in a group of about 20 to 40 homes, equip them with the Yunga gadget, and also connect them on the same network. An attack on one of the homes will, in real time, send notification to all the homes and the law enforcement to come for their rescue. This is actually 4 times cheaper than the traditional alarm system. It's very powerful because it connects on the power of the community. Undisputable. It has always worked. This system is also leveraging ML, machine learning, and IoT to make sure that the law enforcement are given the right data to improve this kind of approach. The moment is going on very well. When we joined the academy, we were actually doing very low on sales. Thanks for all the experts, we have done 60% improvement in our sales, and now we have over 1,000 units sold to these communities. The gadget goes for about 100 pounds, and then we also charge a subscription fee of about £2 in subscription. We are very proud to say that we've saved these communities a number of about 180 cases that we've prevented. Because we've grown so fast, this has given the investors an opportunity to invest in our company of about $40,000. And this has given us muscle to actually move and grow so fast. The revenue stands at £100,000, and most of that has been made in the last 8 months. So we are a team of people with diverse skills in areas of Internet of Things, software development, accounts and finance, as well as customer acquisition. We have a great team of advisors from different institutions, such as Kenneth, who is our initial investor, who has been very instrumental to help us on our accounts. We've also have Stephen from the Oxford, very, very instrumental to understand that the Yunga system communicates in seconds because this is a security matter and health cases. Alice Namuni, very instrumental. We can confidently tell you, 15 years in Uganda and across key markets in Africa, no one can be able to replicate what Yunga is doing. Patented and utility model covered. I'll tell you, this is a big problem. It's a traditional problem that no one thought it would be solved. People are taking it for granted. We are looking for $200,000 to actually onboard 12,000 customers onto the Yunga platform in the next 18 months. We have a very interesting go-to-market strategy that is going to see this possible. The 25,000 pounds that we are going to win today will help us to do 3,000 households onto the Yunga network, and we will be cash flow positive. Today, we are telling you about security. And it looks like this problem has been not targeted. Like people think it's not solvable. We are using the African culture that is based on trust to produce security at a low cost, yet it's working. Yunga, my neighbor, my help. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Anatoly. And the growth that you've had in the last 6-9 months is really impressive. First question from Rebecca.
Thank you. Hi.
Thank you. Hi.
Thank you for the presentation. I have a couple of questions for you. The first one being the cost of the device. It's over $100 US. Where is your market? Because for that price, people can buy a mobile smartphone with an internet connection and have a WhatsApp group with their neighbors and send the messages that way. So why would they spend the money only on a device that does one thing? And let me just jump to my second question is, what about false alarms? Kids hitting the alarm, and has that happened? And how do you resolve that?
Beautiful question. It's been a journey of learning. When I started Yunga, I thought I would use just a mobile app to click a button and communicate to my neighbors. But then I realized that the mobile phone, first of all, the internet access is not possible, but also when I was robbed, I was not at home. So how would the mobile app do that? The extra feature for the Yunga gadget creates a 24 digital security guard in your home that will protect you when you're sleeping and when you're away from home. So the 100 pound you're hearing about, does also equip you with a digital security man that will keep you actually throughout the night at the same amount. So actually people are using WhatsApp phone calls, WhatsApp groups to actually empower themselves on our network. They use it to communicate, to do sales, to engage their neighbors, actually to buy from us. But also, it's very important that the people we are targeting are always not in their homes, and it's very important that a phone will never save them. So that's the point that we are actually targeting about. So we have artificial intelligence motion sensors that we use that will detect that no one is at home, and then they will actually help you to prevent that.
And the second question on false alarms.
Yeah, so we have what we call a child lock, which was introduced in version 1, where we did a pilot of 25 homes, where actually children would actually go on and press the button. So now it has the ability to have a child lock. If also on the mobile phone, the Yunga app actually extends onto your mobile app. And then we had a panic button where also kids would constantly press it, hence causing challenges on the network. So with just a simple trick of saying, press this for 2 seconds, solved that puzzle. Now we have 0 issues in that line.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Well done. Next question from Sebu Steve.
Yeah, thank you very much for a powerful presentation. 2 questions for you. One is, where are the devices produced? Is it designed locally and imported? And that's number 1. And number 2, you talk about security all the time, but I don't see any cybersecurity person in your team. Can you elaborate?
Yeah. So that's the same question MTN asked us, because we have a distribution channel model that they want to pilot with us. But we are doing this by ourselves. We designed the printed circuit boards by ourselves. Right now, we are not printing them in Uganda. We are printing them from China. But we do the assembly and everything from Uganda. For the plastic, we've got the mold, and we work with a local company, a nice house of plastic, to print this at $1, which makes a lot of sense for us not to invest in that kind of approach, to print the plastics ourselves. Yes.
Security?
Yeah, so what you've seen are the advisors, but we have a lot of mentors. Right now, we're also working with the research center. For the first trial, we've worked with the research center, ICT, the police, to actually make sure that all these modules have been catered for. In the early stage, one of our mentors is an ex-police officer who is now working in a private security company, and he has been very instrumental to teach us things like crime psychology, where people think that when the alarm goes off and all the homes receive it, That's where we deter the criminals. We never knew that. But if you know that someone is going to you're going to take advantage of me and we are the only one in the room, you'll actually run away. For example, if I'm here and you want to box me or do anything to me, but you know that someone else is actually listening, criminal psychology tells you that you have to deter because you don't know what to expect. So that's the logical, that some of the things that we are learning from such people.
Thank you very for the answer. So would you say that, and that's a scenario, you just have younger logos in an estate. Is it a deterrent now?
Yeah, it's a big deterrent. It's one of the biggest tools that we are using. We are not security officer. Our tool is not, we're not policemen. Our goal is to empower our customers and save them from the issues that will come up. And all the people that we've saved the crime have never experienced this again. Because in Africa, people fear the issue of justice. And that's the reason why the tool is actually very instrumental.
Thank you. And Ibalola's question, just very briefly, builds on that, which is to say, this community engagement aspect, is that a real differentiator? It sounds good, but did it really differentiate from your competitors?
Yeah, it's a real differentiator, because in Africa, your neighbor usually helps you. And that's the African culture that we base in. They're the one that will usually come for your help. And we've done that through making a distributed alarm system that now we've been able to patent, and no one can actually take action except us.
Thank you very much. Well done, Anatoly.
Okay, Webale Inyo, our friend from Uganda. Well done, Anatoly. Please, huge congratulations to all our finalists. Please, let's give them a huge round of applause. Yeah, these are really, really great. At the Royal Academy of Engineering, we talk a lot about innovative solutions, and lots of people are building innovative solutions. But at the Royal Academy of Engineering, they look a lot at giving crucial commercialization support to ambitious African innovators like our finalists and shortlists here, who are developing scalable engineering solutions to local challenges. So we are really excited about all the work that you are doing, and we look forward to see who would win and building upon that success. So now we are going to get into a little break, but before that, our judging panel will depart shortly to begin their deliberation to choose the 2020 Africa Prize winner. But they do need your help. Okay, so please, it's your turn to get involved. The vote has now been open for the finalists and the want-to-watch pitches. If you are voting in person, please scan the QR code on your registration card. And if you are voting online, there's a link that's been provided in the chat that you can use. Once in Slido, click on the polls tab and vote for your favorite. Please note that you can only vote once, but you can change your vote if you accidentally clicked on the wrong person the first time around. Okay, so it's one vote. We don't have a strong room to check your votes, but please. Yeah, so the winners of both the Africa Prize and the Want to Watch Award will be announced at the end of the event. Your votes can make the difference. This is what they tell us, and this one is true. So we'll now have a short break until 8:35 to give all of you the chance to stretch your legs, grab a drink, network with others, and also visit the entrepreneurs at their exhibition stands at the back of the hall. To my right, at the pool area, we're also serving some drinks. So if some of you want to hang out there, that is fine. But please don't go too far because 8:35, we are back here. For those of you who are watching online, we encourage you to check out the online interactive showcase where you can learn more about the innovations that have been showcased at this event and also find out how to apply for the prize. A link would also be posted in the YouTube chat. If you've been inspired by the innovations that you've seen this evening and you would like to participate in the Africa Prize, like we said earlier, the applications have been open and we look forward to your applications. So please know that the voting will close right after the break. So please vote now before you start networking with others and you forget. And please, let's be back by 8:35 so that we can continue. So enjoy the networking and the small chops and drinks, and see you soon. Thank you. And whilst we are networking, our hashtag is still #AfricaPrize. #AfricaPrize.
The Africa Prize for Engineering Innovation was founded in 2014 to support innovators and entrepreneurs across sub-Saharan Africa, creating a better world through innovation. You could be one of the 16 entrepreneurs shortlisted from across the continent who are building solutions to local challenges that can be scaled globally. You're accepting applications from the broadest spectrum of engineering.
That means you take this pad into rural areas in any country where it operates, and then...
Until now, creators have had little access to a pipeline of commercial opportunity because they didn't know the right people.
We provide tailored training and mentoring support to accelerate your startup. Connections to our global network of technical and business experts, as well as our Africa Prize alumni network, and the opportunity to receive up to £25,000 in funding.
It means a lot. It means a lot. I mean, I'm an engineer. This is the Royal Engineering Academy, so it means a lot in that sense, you know.
The Africa Prize is run by the UK's Royal Academy of Engineering and has directly supported over 100 entrepreneurs who have created more than 1,500 jobs, secured over 14 million USD in grants and equity, and are set to impact over 3 million lives in the next 5 years.
Well, being nominated for the Africa Prize means a lot. It means a lot for Shivans and for Shifa Technologies, and definitely we hope it will also help us attract the right investors who could join us on this journey that can help people get through these very, very challenging times.
One of the things that the program is looking at, people who are solving problems using technology, people who are solving problems, real problems, you know, day-to-day problems that people are faced with all the time. I'm actually more interested in the fact that this opportunity is here. I'm actually very, very pleased about the fact that, you know, there's a network I can leverage upon, there's mentorship, you know, there's future partnerships that can come out of this. So the fact that I'm actually a part of this already now it's a blessing.
One innovator can change a community. A network can transform a continent. Join some of the brightest minds in tackling the greatest global challenges with the Africa Prize Network. We can't wait to work with you.
So welcome back, everyone. Welcome back, everyone. I hope you had a good break and you also found time to vote, which was very, very important. Okay, so our judges have gone into the strong room and have done their deliberation. And whilst I don't have the pink sheets and the results, we would announce those soon. Okay, so now we have come to the moment that we've all been waiting for. Please, drum roll, please, drum roll. Can you guys help me with the drum roll? So we are going to announce the one to watch shortlist member and the winner of the Africa Prize 2023. Please give a warm round of applause to the Africa Prize shortlist as they join us on stage. So both the shortlist and the finalists, please join us on stage. Please, let's clap for them as they come. Let's clap for them as they come. Scalable engineering solutions to local challenges that can be used globally. Great. So I'd like to welcome the head judge, Malcolm Brinded, who will represent the judging panel, as well as our first female winner, our sister from Ivory Coast, back to the stage, Charlotte Nguessan.
So Charlotte's going to make the presentation. Thank you all for coming. Thank you for voting. Can we have another round of applause before I declare? Yeah. So, based on the votes of you, the audience, the one to watch winner is Chululope Olukulan. Well done, Chululope. Do you want to milk the moment a bit more? Yeah. Go on, and say a word.
Inú mi dùn láti gba award yìí. Ọjọ́ ti pagún pọ̀, ọjọ́ ti pẹ́. So I want to really appreciate the African Prize for Engineering Innovations. First of all, I'm proud to be part of the network. It has boosted us a lot in the profession. But like I used to say, no matter what, this is Africa. We have the innovation, we have the talent, we have everything we need to succeed. The only thing that is lacking is funding. So, many innovations here, or innovators here, must have been through many programs. The first thing they are also looking for is funding. So anytime you get a drop of it to excel in your innovation, you're extremely happy. And so you can guess how happy I am right now. And I want to say thank you to all the audience. I will not disappoint you. You will see here about us very soon. Thank you so much.
Lope, I really like what you said. You're not going to disappoint the audience. And we know we are cheering for all of you guys. We are supporting you, and we know you won't disappoint us. So all of tonight's shortlist will receive a certificate, and our finalists will receive a certificate, a medal, and an individually branded Wear Ghana t-shirt. Very important, Wear Ghana t-shirt. Courtesy of Ghanaian Africa Prize alumni, Sesinam Dagadu from Snowcode. Sesinam, are you here? Let's give you a wave. Sesinam. Sesinam is all the way in the back. So huge thanks to Sesinam and his team and all of the other alumni who have been so supportive in arranging this event. So I'd like now to invite Malcolm to say a few words about tonight's event, and then we'll get into announcing the winner.
No words about tonight's event. It spoke for itself. I just want to say well done to everybody, all the 15. A huge well done to our 4 finalists, Gibson, Edmund, Chukwuemeka, and Anatoly. Well done for getting this far and how you did tonight. We gave you all quite a grilling, and you all stood up to it incredibly well. I also want to thank everyone, all the AV staff, everyone who's helped to make tonight such a success. And now I'm going to come to our big moment, which is who is our Africa Prize for Engineering Innovation 2023 winner? Well, to be honest, all 4 finalists have got great innovations, and all of their businesses have progressed terrifically well in the last 9 months. So it was not easy making this decision. And in fact, for the first time ever, we have decided that we have joint winners. both of whom, it doesn't mean we're splitting the prize, it means they will both get £25,000. So, a drum roll, our two lucky but deserving winners are number one from, or not, this is not an order, but the first I am going to mention is from Uganda, Anatoly Kirigwajo. Well done, Anatoly. No, and actually, it's rather good where you're standing, because the second winner tonight is from South Africa, Edmund Wessels.
Okay. Awesome. So I wish I could say congratulations in Luganda. Anatoly, how do we say congratulations in Luganda? Go and learn your language. Edmund. Okay, so I'll allow Dion to say it to you in Afrikaans.
Baie geluk, Edmund.
Great. So congratulations, congratulations. We'd like to hear a few words or many words. So we'll start with Anatoly and then Edmund would continue.
This is amazing. This is historical. This is safety across Africa. And if there is anyone that has learned a lot during this program, that is me. And there's a lady called Katrina from the Royal Academy of Engineering that actually taught me even beyond the technical skills. We will not discuss what she taught me, but I really respect you so much for your kindness and guidance that you've given me over time. But for very many reasons, we've always wanted to be on this stage. And now we're on this stage. I will tell you, this academy, 2 weeks ago, they sent TV journalists to do a story, and we received surge numbers in orders. And we never knew which kind of marketing strategy would actually generate this kind of leads. So it's not only about what they have actually trained us, but also techniques to understand how you manage media. We are very grateful, and we are sure that we have Africa united for security. Thank you so much.
Webale, Edmund. A few words or many words.
Thank you, everyone. I can only say that having been part of the Africa Prize, never have been proud of being an African. Never have been like... It's only through the participants, my fellow members, that I was pushed to work as hard as I was. And it's just so incredible to see all the engineering happening across Africa. And I really hope this just continues to inspire more innovations across our beautiful continent, so we can just see more of this development happening. Thank you very much, everyone.
Edmond, that was terrific. That was really terrific. Please, a round of applause for them again. What an incredible achievement. Really well done, really well done. As we say in Ghana, more vim to all of you, and we look forward to seeing what you do with your projects, your businesses, and we are here to support. Please, you can take your seats. Thank you so much. Okay. So, for those of us who are still standing at the back, if we could kindly take our seats so that we could close the event. So thank you to everyone who has participated this evening, to all our finalists and shortlist members who have pitched so brilliantly in 1 minute and 5 minutes, to our Africa Prize judges who have committed so much time and enthusiasm to this process throughout the past year, and to our guest speakers who have taken the time to share their knowledge and experiences with us here in Ghana. I think we've had a very good evening where we celebrated different ambitious African entrepreneurs who are building scalable engineering solutions to local challenges. And it's great that we have the Royal Academy of Engineering to help provide crucial commercialization support. So we are now delighted to welcome to the stage the British High Commissioner for Ghana, Harriet Thompson. Please, let's give her a huge round of applause. We are really thankful for the work that they do, and we are really thankful for the Royal Academy of Engineering.
Thank you so much for the warm welcome. You'll be pleased to know that I've left the 4-page speech that my colleagues very kindly produced for me on my chair. Beverly's looking horrified over there. She's like, oh my God, what's she gonna say? But it's not the moment for a 4-page speech. It's the moment to be just celebrating the awe-inspiring creativity, innovation, collegiality that I feel absolutely humbled to have been a small part of this evening. What we've seen this evening is that the innovators on this continent have the solutions not only for local problems, they have the solutions for the world's problems. And so I go home feeling humbled, inspired, but also encouraged, because I think actually you people are going to make sure that our world is okay. You're going to make sure that the generations of tomorrow, all of the generations who come after us, they're going to be okay, thanks to people like you. So huge, huge well done and congratulations to all of you. There've been some winners announced tonight, more winners than were expected to be announced tonight, which is wonderful. But what's perhaps more wonderful is there aren't any losers. Everyone who's been up on this stage is a winner. And it's not just about the financial prize that you're taking away, it's about the networks. We've heard a lot about networks across this evening. But the group that you have become a part of, the connections that you have made in rooms like this one, that you will make in rooms like this one throughout your careers, that's what's going to really catalyze the impact that all of you can have. So make the most of all of those opportunities. I'm proud that the Royal Academy of Engineers is British, and that I am too. frankly. I'm proud that those sorts of collaborations are part of how we see our relationships with countries right the way across this continent, not just in Ghana, but right the way across the continent. It's about the brilliant institutions that there are in the UK. It's about the hundreds of partnerships between UK universities and institutions only in Ghana. When you multiply that across the rest of the continent, it's those sorts of relationships that will see us all as a human race go far. So I'm delighted to have been a small part of it. I wish all of the winners, not just the ones whose names were called out, all of you, all the very best in future. Ayiko, as we say in Ghana.
Ayiko Harriet, please, another round of applause for her. Ayiko. Yeah, so we look forward to more UK and continent-wide collaborations to push innovations that will solve local challenges in a scalable way. So we are now at the end of the formal event. When I say at the end of the formal event, I don't mean that we are going to party, but you can also party here. So for those of you who are here in person, we would like to invite you to join us in a networking reception, which is also a party, to celebrate this year's shortlist and finalists. For those of you who are online, we encourage you to continue exploring the online interactive showcase to find out about the finalists and the rest of the Africa Prize shortlist. You can also tweet Africa Prize, hashtag Africa Prize, and tag RANG Global. You can see videos and photos of their innovation and the businesses, as well as the individual pitches and pitch decks. Please take a few minutes to complete the feedback form. The link is in the YouTube chat, and it will really help us improve future events. And we will send post-event information to all in-person delegates. So you're reminded that the applications for the Africa Prize are open until July 25th. Please visit the website to find out more. Finally, thank you once again for joining us tonight, both in person and online from across the world, right here at Labadi Beach Hotel from the center of the world in Ghana. Goodbye from us here in Ghana, and good night. Thank you so much.
Part of the Royal Academy of Engineering and precisely the African Prize of Engineering Innovation has been a very, very good experience for me. It has elevated us in the profession of engineering and has validated us as an innovator that is solving crucial problems in Nigeria and across Africa. And the facilitation of trainings, workshops, all the experience so far has been top-notch. Being part of it, the APE High is the most coveted prize for engineering in Africa. No doubt, they are the #1, and being part of this network is a very, very huge one, and I'm so grateful for that. Yeah, so, not being part of the top 4 finalists was kind of depressing for a lot of us, but we still had this hope of winning the One to Watch award, and I was just like, if I could be the one, I would be so happy, and which means a lot in a way because audience had to vote, which means a lot of people resonated with the solution, with the innovation. And that's why I was so excited to say, wow, without even any publicity, people understood what I spoke about in 1 minute. And that was very good for me. And I want to say thank you to all the audience. You'll be hearing more about us in no time, very soon. Yeah. For the future, we want to scale this to all African countries. We want to work on the pay-go and lease model, the rent model, so people don't have to look for money to buy the product. You can just pay for what you use, and we'll definitely put the grant money into that.
We basically joined this program when we really didn't have a lot of significant growth and we were worried of what was next for our company. The training the training that we have received was just flipped everything around and made sure that we are growing, we are selling to customers, we are creating a lot of impact that we wanted, and for your information, we grew by 60% by our revenue and customers that we are serving right now. So, and winning the award is a phenomenal and historical model, because now not only the funds but the media and the awareness that is already coming is great. So we also think that many people from our country and across Africa will use this opportunity to apply for the same opportunity like we have actually got today. So the money that we've won is going to help us to include and serve 3,000 households onto the younger network that will be feeling safe. But also, after this amount of money, we believe that we shall be very able to attract more funders that will help us to scale this product across Africa for the many millions to make chance of it. You know, it's been historical, and when I was announced the winner, I just felt like we're now on a takeoff. Like the plane was actually heading to the sky for something that is memorable for our company, for our lives as engineers, and for the many young people that really look at us as an example. So we basically just boarded the rocket to grow so fast as a company and also to grow so fast as an individual. It was a big endorsement. I cannot believe this. It's amazing. It's great. The Academy has been an accelerator of a sort. We didn't know we would be here where we are. I can tell you, we've sold over 1,000 units of our product. It's unimaginable. Unimaginable. We've raised funding to grow this company. Still, through the Academy's experts that they have given us. We came when we were investment and we are not ready for investment-wise. But now, we get out of the program and we're investment ready. Closed an investment already, and we're already serving thousands of customers in the local market we are currently serving. Today in the morning, we had a meeting with one of the prominent people in Ghana to actually try and understand how this could be the next market for our product to be used by locals. So it's really extremely a wonderful opportunity that has just come at the right time, and yes, we appreciate it. Thank you.
Being part of the Africa Prize program has just validated what we've been working on. From the beginning, when we were selected as a shortlist, it just confirmed to us that we were doing the right thing and we were on the right journey in developing Flexigen. When they said that there were going to be 2 winners, I already was in shock. I was like, I can't believe this is happening. When they announced Anatoly, I was absolutely thrilled for him. And when they named me afterwards, it just shocked me up, honestly. Like, being able to share that moment with him, and even just having made it this far, it's probably the best moment of my life so far. I can't not say thank you to the Academy. Everything that they've provided with us, everything that's enabled us to get to this point, they really did just shape how we progressed and helped us to realize how we can just make a much bigger impact with Flexigen. I would tell the young people in engineering space that Africa, despite maybe coming from like lower resources, has so much to offer, and you have so much to offer. Don't let anyone hold you back. Just keep pushing, teach yourself, and you will excel. The definite thing now is just to like reassess and plan how we're going to use the prize money effectively, probably towards our software to start the development process. But I think tonight's just going to be about celebration.
It's so inspiring to see these young people that are actually building solutions, not just for Africa, but for the world. And so it was tough. It was very, very tough, as the results showed. But really, I mean, it's always such an inspiration to be a part of this. Oh my goodness. So we have cutting edge technology, cutting edge innovation for women. And we have security issues with traction. I think it's a great combination. I think it's so exciting to see that this year we have 2 winners. And and they're so deserving of the prize. And I really hope that the prize will help them get to the next level. But I love both of these entrepreneurs, and I'm sure that they'll be successful. It was tough. It was tough, but it's always difficult. You know, because how do you choose? It all came down to the points. It all came down to the points, and I think that the solution of attributing the prize to 2 winners this year was the best one and the fairest solution. Innovation and technology is a great equalizer. You know, when you download an app from a phone, you don't look at who created it. You just want something that works. And I think this is a great opportunity for women and for Africans to start innovating and sharing their innovations with the rest of the world. We saw today Charlotte Ngisan, who was our winner in 2020, express herself and share her experience of winning the Africa Prize of Engineering and Innovation. And I think it's important for girls, young girls, to see themselves represented on the stage as we saw with Charlotte. But really, this is a great equalizer, and we encourage women to apply for the prize. We've had, you know, Charlotte win in the past. We want more women to win because we want young women and men to see that women can be the face of technology innovation.
It's the first time we've ever had 2 winners. It's always difficult, but we've always said we're never going to cop out. We're always going to choose one. But this year, the 2 were so compelling. On the one hand, you had Ed's really technically brilliant and really important innovation for women's health, and that was compelling. But we know the journey to income and revenue in a healthcare business is a long one. But on the other hand, you had Anatoly, and he's growing so fast, making revenue. It's going to be a business that succeeds. So we felt actually, you know, the technical innovation, the business success, those both deserve recognition. So uniquely, we were really pleased to have 2 winners. Engineering is an amazing space to be in. You can change the lives of thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions of people if you really have a successful engineering innovation that goes to scale. I think the second thing is, you know, it has to be technically robust. It has to be something that will stand up to scrutiny and beat the competition. And the third thing is you have to really think about what's the team you want. Have the humility to know your weaknesses and build a team around you that can help you succeed, because you don't have everything. Any entrepreneur has certain skills, but they need support to make a team.
If there's one or two things I would love to recommend and advise young engineers or innovators that are coming up, is that it's true the world has 1 billion problems. But if you try to choose and solve one of the problems, strive so much on your early stage to look for learning and understand how you can create a product that people love. Many innovators create their products and they keep them in their homes. They don't take them to market. So look for programs that will help you to give you the knowledge to create a product that people love. I mean, what people can buy. But also, you need to work with people, not you alone. You need to have a diverse team. People that can empower you to actually see that these dreams become a reality. Apply to programs like the Africa Prize for Engineering. Very, very powerful. Maybe you're just starting and there's another program that you need to start with. Go ahead, do it. But also, Africa has a lot of problems, and it is these young people that are going to do it. So once this is now possible, then they will be able to actually make this a reality. So that's what I can tell you. And you don't need to be a typical engineer. You can learn on job. Right now there are many resources where you can learn, YouTube, everywhere, and then you can find a mentor who can actually help you to nurture this idea. I think if there's one thing I can actually conclude with is that find a way of how you can reduce your chances of failing by attending very interesting program like the Africa Prize for Engineering. It can be any other program in your local country, but at least find something that will reduce your chances of failing and delaying you to go to the market. That's what I can say.